Hey guys, I'm Joey,
And I'm Eric.
and we're here to talk about the history of a small history of Furga fashion dolls.
Yes, so this lovely display before you, um, they are produced by an Italian company called Furga. Furga was founded in 1872 by someone named Luigi Furga. Um, and after the release of Barbie in 1959, um, fashion dolls were all the rage. So every single company was trying to obviously get in on the trend and produce their own version of a fashion doll um, with a clear focus on high-end fashion as opposed to the more kind of cutesy styles that were readily available before. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. So Altamoda launched in 1965 with three characters. We have Susanna, Sheila, and Sylvie.
A fourth character joined in with the other girls, Simona. She came in 1966. Um, the original three were sold with simple bathrobes that tied at the waist, white sandals, and the signature metal S pins that just went right into their collar. Um, After Simona was included, the basic fashion changed to a simple A-line trapeze dress. Each girl had a signature color, again, white sandals and a metal S-pin. They're roughly 17 inches tall, and they were produced for about 4 years. So, of the four characters, Simona was the only one that was released in the US. She was available through the Sears catalog. So she was available in a platinum blonde version as well as an ash blonde version that was sold in a bridal gown. There was a small selection of fashions that you could also get through the Sears catalog. However, most of the accessories that were produced for these dolls were only available in Italy and a few other European countries.
So let's dig into the fashion dolls and
We'll start with this one.
we'll start with this one.
Okay.
I haven't even had a drink yet.
So this is Susanna. She is the brunette of the group. She is part of the initial wave 3. However, this specific version is from the second wave of characters when the fashion changed to this cute little mod trapeze dress. So, like I said, she is the brunette. Her eyes, they're kind of like an aqua teal.
Yeah, like a aqua color.
I think there is another version that has a slightly different eye color. I think it's more of a gray. I don't know if that's something that's just due to age, but I think it is technically a different eye color that was available. Maybe it was only available in Italy. I'm not entirely sure. But this version does have like an aqua eye color. She has kind of a pouty,
I love that fat little face of hers.
kind of like a pouty little sad face mold, very round cheeks. She has an orange dress, metal S-pin, simple little white panties, and then white faux leather sandals. Her nails are painted kind of like a coral color, so she
Yeah.
has paint on her toenails as well as her fingernails. The body is quite toddler-like. One of the very unusual things about these dolls is they're kind of toddler-like, very childish bodies, but they're also fashion dolls. They have a very clear high-end fashion aesthetic. So yeah.
I mean, they're gorgeous. I remember seeing them when I was a kid at like a flea market or something and falling in love with them and just thinking they were so glamorous and fashionable. I think that kids probably identify with them a lot more than adults do. When we kind of like look at them, we kind of see these odd mismatch of fashion dolls on this like very childlike body. But I think a kid, through their eyes, they just see them as very glamorous dolls, very glamorous beings. And I remember being in awe of their eyes their freakish eyes.
Yeah, so again, one of the very signature things about these is the eyes. So if you were going through like a realistic standards, the iris is way too big for the eye holes.
What are you talking about?
But I actually think that's one of the most like beautiful and unique things is these very very large, kind of like glassy, dead stare eyes, and they're in really really vibrant colors. Um, they also have lashes. Very very strange and unusual lashes. They're like a soft thread, um, almost yarn-like material. So it wouldn't be necessarily like a Barbie or any other major like American fashion doll that had rooted lashes where it's very very stiff. These are very very soft and pliable.
So they can get very spidery and look all odd and weird.
And usually when you find these girls on the secondhand market, they're either missing eyelashes or they've broken off at the root and they're gone. But luckily, those lashes are pretty easy to get your hands on. So if you are brave enough to try and take these girls apart and replace them, you could technically do that.
So Simona. So Simona right now is not dressed in her original dress. Her original dress is right here, her cute little trapeze dress. And she also has the white sandals.
Which
they're
does
like
split pretty easily.
This one has a split one. They're made out of like a vinyl. And her little white panties. She's missing her S pin. But I found this outfit for her off of eBay, and it is not official to the S girls, the Alta Moda girls, but it is a Furga fashion, and there's an official fashion that they come with that actually uses this same fabric.
Yeah, so for the S girls, there is a fashion called Gigolo. It uses the same exact material. It might even use some of the same hardware. But yeah, no, this is a Ferga fashion. We just couldn't figure out what doll this was made for exactly.
But it looks really cute on them, so she had to have it.
Yeah, no, it still fits her. It totally works. It pairs with her silver hair like perfectly. So yeah, no, it still looks super cute on her.
So they used Italian nylon on the hair for these dolls, and the hair is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Yeah. There was an American doll called Kimberly who also used the Italian nylon. It was kind of a big deal at the time. It was supposed to be able to do almost everything that real hair was able to do. You're able to like curl it. And it just had a really beautiful quality when you were brushing it and whatnot. The problem with a lot of these, actually, I feel like a lot of European dolls of that era, the 60s, but definitely Ferga, was their rooting.
Yeah.
They had really shoddy rooting jobs, unfortunately. And also on certain dolls, like the Simona, for instance, they rooted her hairline really high up, so she had these long bangs that came down. But what they did was they would glue the bangs down. So as you can see on this girl, there's glue residue on her forehead from where they glued the bangs down. I'm not exactly sure why they did that. Maybe they felt that it like made the style better. I'm not sure, but I think it's unfortunate that they did that. It kind of takes away from the hair play a bit, and then you have this glue on the forehead that is almost impossible, if impossible, to get off. I actually tried a little bit scrubbing and stuff, and it just didn't come off, so I just did her hair the best that I could, and it's there permanently. So when you buy one of these dolls, don't give the seller a hard time and tell them that it's ruined because there's glue there or whatnot, because this is just how the dolls were made.
Yeah, there's, and especially, like you said, the rooting job, it's very, very sparse. The plugs are very far away from each other. And again, maybe it was because they were using much higher quality hair fiber than a lot of the dolls in like that we were using here in the U.S. And so that was how they tried to balance off the cost of not
I
having
mean, look at this.
not having to use so much hair, but and Brazilian dolls also did this a lot too. The plugs are really, really sparse.
Gorgeous.
And then over on this side, we have another Simona. So this was one that was available through the Sears catalog here in the U.S. She is wearing a bridal outfit, as you can see. This was actually an official fashion, so overseas in Europe, Italy, this was a separate fashion that you could purchase for your S-Girl. And yes, so it was available through the Sears catalog. And like the S-Girls, they actually came with a metal wire stand.
The T-stand, much like the vintage Barbie dolls did.
So it's a very basic black metal stand, rectangular base, 2 bars that go into their arms to prop her up. Thank you.
I love this girl's hair color.
Yeah, so another interesting thing is Simona, she came with the most variations. From what I understand, she came with 3 hair colors. She came with a platinum blonde, which is more like a silver, but a platinum blonde. She kind of came with this weird like ash gray.
Kind of like that Farrah Fawcett, like ashy blondie gray.
Yeah, kind of
color.
like a purpley gray, like almost like it has like a toner in it or something. And then she also came in a honey blonde, and I believe the honey blonde was only in Italy. Yes. Her eye color is like a pale blue. The Simona sculpt has a much fuller mouth. And then the most signature thing about her, obviously, is her beauty mark.
Her beauty mark, yeah.
Again,
I feel like she definitely, I mean, obviously being the only doll that was available in the US as well, she probably is the most
common one
that you can find.
Yes, yeah. And her hair is done up in very intricate, let's see if
ringlets.
I can show you.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oops.
Oh, there we go. Let's
just take that off.
We'll just take her veil off. We're gonna kiss this girl.
So she has a very intricate hairstyle, done in very tight sausage curls, secured with bobby pins. And it's a beautiful color. It's like an ash blonde. It's very silvery.
I really miss the days that they took so much care with like dolls' hair and stuff, because I know like even the original Chrissy dolls, they used like bobby pins and whatnot when they would when you would get them out of the box to keep everything kind of like in place, and as a nice little touch there.
Yeah. So as you can see, she's in a beautiful white satin bridal gown. She also comes with little white mesh gloves. She also has a bouquet of faux flowers with white tulle and a white silk ribbon. Underneath, she has little white socks and let's see,
Little white vinyl flats.
Yeah, same material as what their sandals are made out of.
I do kind of feel like with Chrissy, I always felt like maybe there was something going on as far as like competition, or just that being a new fad of fashion doll where they were like a childlike.
And interestingly enough, actually, I had always felt in terms of body, there was a very similar aesthetic between Chrissy, actually between a lot of dolls, but for the sake of conversation, between like say Furga and Chrissy. And I think the biggest thing that you can notice is there is a very distinct style in the way that the hands are sculpted. For some reason during that time period, you really see this like distinct aesthetic in the body sculpt. show up, which I think is really interesting.
It is really interesting.
So
let's look at the boxes. I'm
Let's-
excited about those.
let's look at the
The
box.
art's amazing.
Okay, so we got a couple boxes here. So these were the boxes that, again, the basic S-Girls, really the second wave, because they have all 4 characters on the front here. So you've got Susanna, Sheila, Simona, and Sylvie. Again, in their distinct little A-line trapeze mod dresses with their little S pins.
Holding up little signs with their names on them. Very cute.
Super, super cute. And to me, one of the most appealing things about these dolls is the artwork that accompanied them. Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful artwork. And all around the box, you've got many, many different fashions that were produced for these dolls. And this is just a small sampling of everything that was made for them. They had at least 2 full catalogs of fashions, if not 3.
And also these inspired so many other doll artists and companies. For instance, there's a Poppy Parker doll, Misty Hollows, which she is inspired by Altamoda Furga.
Yeah, there was actually a specific fashion that they had directly referenced that was called Romantica.
Romantica, yes.
You can definitely see
Yeah, there's no
the design influence.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just think that goes to show actually how brilliant these dolls were, that all this time later they're still influencing
Relevant, influencing
other artists, other
yeah.
doll lines. If you're at all interested in 60s fashion, I mean, I would definitely look into these. I mean, some of the outfits that came with these girls are just so cute. Lots and lots of mod. Yeah, you know, lots of Mary Quant influences, like with the daisy motif. Just super cute, and so of that time period. Lots of simplistic A-line cuts. I'm really fond of this fashion on the front, this kind of like country dress with the rifle. Super cute. I think that's modeled on Sylvie. This one in the plaid with the big velvet bow in the front. Love that one a lot
Gorgeous,
too.
yeah.
Super cute. So yeah.
So I think they are beautiful dolls. They're definitely dolls that I have through the years always thought fondly of, and always wanted at least one in my collection. So I have one.
Yeah, no, to me they're like a fun addition. They have a very distinct foreign aesthetic. And again, they're totally a product of the times, you know, super like 60s all the way. So yeah, if these interest you, you should look into them. One thing to note though is the prices for these on the secondhand market have really skyrocketed.
They're really high.
Same with the fashion,
especially for like Sylvie or
Sheila.
Susanna or Sheila.
Yeah.
Simona's the one that you can pretty much find fairly affordable at like, you know, under $200. But yeah, they're expensive girls.
Yeah. I mean, they do show up, but you know, if you're looking for one for a good price, you'll definitely have to hunt for them.
Yeah. So, well, we hope you enjoy, and stay tuned to check out our other video on
another Furga fashion doll. One a little smaller than this, but still just as fabulous.
Victoria and Valentina.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.